Welcome to our today's lesson, and I'm Otaba Frederick. I'll be taking you through the mitigation and impact management. I'm from the Department of Agriculture and Environmental Science. So, the objective of our today's lesson first is to understand the role of mitigation in the EI process and its importance for impact management. The second one is to identify the elements of approach and measures that are used for this purpose. Also, look at the relevance of EI mitigation, where mitigation is the initial stage of the EIA process when measures are identified to avoid or to reduce or to minimize or to remedy the likely impacts. These measures are implemented as part of the process. These measures are implemented during the project cycle. Therefore, together with any necessary adjustment to respond to unforeseen impacts, we have to mitigate the likely impacts. So, the question is, what is the purpose of mitigation? Why do we need to mitigate these impacts? Or why do we need to come up with mitigation measures during project implementation? First is to find better ways of doing things. Second is to enhance environmental and social benefits. Third is to avoid stroke minimize or remedy the adverse impacts which are likely to arise. Then is to ensure that the residual impacts are within the acceptable levels, since we cannot fail to implement projects due to the likely impacts. So we have to ensure that the residual impacts are within the acceptable levels. So what is the purpose of impact management? Okay, as we talked before, we need to do impact mitigation or management so as to ensure measures are implemented. Yeah, we do it to ensure that measures are implemented. Also, we do impact management so as to establish system and procedures for this purpose. So to establish systems and procedures for this purpose. Then the next one, why we need to do impact, management is to monitor the effectiveness of the mitigation measures which have been put in place. So this is the keyword, mitigation measures. So we do impact management so as to ensure effectiveness of mitigation measures. Then the last one is to take into action when the unforeseen impacts are likely to occur. So we have to anticipate when the impacts are likely to occur. Then next we have to look also at impacts avoidance and the ways in which it can be achieved. So here is a list of how we can achieve or we can avoid the various impacts. First, we need to not undertaking certain projects. So we should avoid projects which have adverse impacts to the environment. Also, we need to avoid environmentally sensitive areas. areas which involve life. Then also we need to use measures to prevent impacts from occurring. And the measures may consist of the site remediation bonds. So you can provide those remediation bonds. You can do resettlement. You can do resettlement, come up with resettlement plans, or also you can come up with the measures and offsets. Yeah. And mitigation options. So to develop alternatives that are better environmentally is a way we can do to mitigate the likely impacts. Also, we can make changes in the planning and design. So we can change the entire design of a project or the way it was planned so as to reduce the likely impacts. So we have to review this planning and design. Also, we can carry out the impact monitoring and management as we spoke of it before. So it is also key to ensure that we carry out impact monitoring and management. Also, we need to do compensation in case of residual impacts. For instance, pollution, we need to do some residual compensation for the same. We can also give monetary payments, and as we speak of it later before, the setting aside the site remediation bonds, then coming up with the proper resettlement plans. Then also you can give in-kind measures and offsets. So uh, I'm going to leave you with an assignment which you can do during your free time. You can also research on it, and the assignment uh, is here. You are required to come up with 5 steps involved in any EIA process, and the assignment will be marked as Cat 1, which will be out of 20 marks. And I've given here the reference, Waste Management Practices by Taylor and Francis, page 228, page 228 to 234. And the assignment is due on 19th, 11th, 2021. And the mode of submission, it will be online on learning management system, in which I'm going to show you where you are going to upload the assignments. So kindly follow in the due course. I will share the way we are going to solve an assignment or how you are going to submit the assignment. So I like my friend Bet. If you have a question, you can ask. If you have any question, you can ask concerned with the EIA process or the mitigation of impacts on the environment and the surroundings. Okay, there being no question, I hope you have enjoyed and may you have a blessed evening. Thank you.